Don't break the system.
Don't sleep at the Black Six, at the Black Six.
Don't move into the Black Six, there's something you should know. Anyone can move in, but when you have to go, you'll be in a bag with a tag, wired to your toe. No one talks about the Black Six. What is a roof worth? Shelter from the wind and sun? Free on the street or dead in a bed? What is a roof worth? What is a roof worth?
Don't sleep at the Black Six, at the Black Six. Don't sleep at the Black Six.
When you are a problem, it's hard to trust the people sent to fix the problem. They have one solution in all kinds of different situations. The only way that works is the problem has to adapt.
Don't sleep at the Black Six, at the Black Six. Don't sleep.
Motel one day, homeless shelter the next. Of course there is an uproar. What do you expect? They watch us through the doorbell and curse us on next door. Privilege doesn't like to live so close to the poor.
Don't sleep at the Black Six, at the Black Six. Don't sleep at the Black Six, at the Black Six. Don't sleep at the Black Six, at the Black Six.
Most everyone east, west, north, and south knows the drill of the old juice out in your mouth. Most everyone east, west, north, and south knows the drill of the old juice out in your mouth.
How do you know you're in the country? You smell manure. How do you know you're in the city? Smell cars. In the city you see buildings, tall, tall buildings. I am country, country as dirt, F you. Don't ask again. I am country, country as dirt, F you. Don't ask again. How do you know you're in the country? How do you know you're in the country? How do you know you're in the city? F-U.
How do you know you're in the country? How do you know you're in the country? Drive an hour to the trash mart, eat some bad food, then you fill a cart.
I am country, country as dirt, F-U. I am country, country as dirt, F-U. I am country, country as dirt, F-U. I am country, country as dirt, F-U.
Don't ask again.
God was eating a taco out in the sun. He wore camo pants and a cummerbund. His dog said, let's go find some shade. Then we'll go downtown and trim your fade. God responds, don't interrupt my lunch, but when I'm through, let's cruise Highway 62. Somewhere by the windmills, out to the state line. There's a glass outhouse, a gun range, and an airport, all in a straight line. It don't mean much, but it might be a sign. Horsemen are a-comin', they say the world is through. Might as well roll on Highway 62. Got a boogie beat to float this rhyme. The chords go back to the beginning of time. I don't speak, the dog don't sing, it's in the cards what the future brings. If you buy that, I got a bridge to sell. If you buy cheap steak, don't cook it well. Cut the pieces small, don't forget to chew. Out on Highway 62. Sign. Gotta get down to Old Woman Springs in 62. I got work to do. Out on My self-driving truck. My self-driving truck. My self-driving truck left me and took my girlfriend too. It was a culture war at the front wheel. Then one day it was gone. It wouldn't cut off people when they deserved it. It wouldn't tell my girlfriend that she's wrong. It wouldn't punch it off the green light. It spoke with no accent. It was charming and polite. It sweet-talked my girlfriend with complete sentences and respect. She went for it hook, line, and sinker. But what do you expect? So I took it to the dealership for a more southern chip. Something with an accent that would give my girlfriend lip. My self-driving truck. Self-driving truck. My self-driving truck. Self-driving. In a perfect world, I might look on this situation as a teachable moment. I might start a regime of self-improvement. But that's not gonna happen. I was raised by assholes to be an asshole. I will find a woman with lower self-esteem and a dumber truck. That's all. Self-driving truck. Self-driving. It would listen to instructions. It could read a map. It did drive me home from the bar on occasion, so I could take a nap. But now it's gone with my girlfriend, and I'm not really feeling sad. My dog still loves me, and for that I'm glad. My self-driving truck. Self-driving truck. My self-driving truck. Self-driving truck. My self-driving truck left me and took my girlfriend too. My self-driving truck. Self-driving truck. My self-driving truck. Self-driving truck. My self-driving truck left me and took my girlfriend too. Self-driving truck. Self-driving truck.
Get on the ride, see where it goes. It doesn't matter, nobody knows. Train to nowhere, train to nowhere.
You're on the train from birth till you die. No one rides forever, and that is no lie. All in a panic to build a life, look for a partner, or maybe a wife. Is it a party train? Maybe. Just for a while, you may be cool for a spell, then they change style. First class or cargo, it all ends the same. Thrown from the caboose, and you're off the train.
Train to nowhere, train to nowhere. Get on the ride, see where it goes. It doesn't matter, nobody knows. Train to nowhere, train to nowhere.
Party train or hellbound train is hard to tell. How you get there is your choosing. It never ends well. If you're first class or cargo, it all ends the same. Thrown from the caboose, and you're off the train.
Get on the ride, see where it goes. It doesn't matter, nobody knows.
You'd be thinking to yourself, what a dark metaphor for life, boiling down human existence to the quest for a wife. Go find a religion if you need the hard sell, and you can thank the Zoroastrians for developing hell.
Train to nowhere. Train to nowhere. Get on the ride. See where it goes. It doesn't matter. Nobody knows. Train to nowhere. Train to nowhere. We all dress like Jacques Cousteau, Speedos and a hat. Sometimes we skip the Speedos, but hats are where it's at. What's wrong with you people? Do you like this way to live? In an underwater suburb, way, way off the grid. 2 years underwater, can't leave the diving bell, can't walk the dog outside, the bell starts to smell. Other than essential workers, we all must stay home. Amazon delivers underwater in submarines of chrome. It's seafood on the menu, 3 meals a day. We'll all be living underwater till the virus goes away. Airbnb bought all the houses, there's no place up there to stay. We're all Zoom slaves underwater. We're all Zoom slaves underwater. We're all Zoom slaves underwater till the virus goes away. We all dress like Jacques Cousteau, Speedos and a hat. Sometimes we skip the Speedos, but hats are where it's at. What's wrong with you people? Do you like this way to live? In an underwater suburb, way, way off the grid. We all dress like Jacques Cousteau, Speedos and a hat. Sometimes we skip the Speedos, but hats are where it's at. What's wrong with you people? Do you like this way to live? In an underwater suburb, way, way off the grid. My neighbor owns a CRISPR. He wants to grow some gills, then ditch the skin for scales and grow some fins for thrills.
When you wear a mask, which you can certainly do, you are further pushing the agenda that is condemning all of us. When you wear a mask, which you can certainly do, you are further pushing the agenda that is condemning all of us.
Anti-maskers, people who, against the wide consensus of public health experts, either want to limit mask wearing or are against them completely.
A mouthful of tubes, a view of the ceiling. Why was it so hard to wear a mask?
I hate to be reminded I might not be a god.
A mouthful of tubes, a view of the ceiling. Why was it so hard to wear a mask?
What does a mask mean to me? It means I'm in denial. I'm afraid. I am not free. That's what a mask means to me.
Mouthful of tubes, a view of the ceiling. Why was it so hard to wear a mask?
I hate to be reminded. I hate to be reminded.
A mouthful of tubes, a view of the ceiling. Why was it so hard to wear a mask?
What does a mask mean to me? It means I'm not in control of things I cannot see. That's what a mask means to me.
A mouthful of tubes, a view of the ceiling. Why was it so hard to wear a mask?
What does a mask mean to me? It reminds me that I'm mortal. It reminds me. That's what a mask means to me.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
Don't you dare to mess with my fish. They're all for me. The entire sea. They're all for me. They're all my fish. My fish. My fish. Don't you dare to mess with my fish. They're all for me. The entire sea. They're all for me. They're all my fish. When I jump into your dinghy to thump you on the head, it's because you're taking my fish, which you can't do when you're dead. My fish, my fish. Don't you dare to mess with my fish. They're all for me. The entire sea. They're all for me. They're all my fish.
Swimming fish. I rolled up my dinner plate, and they all are all for me.
My fish, my fish. Don't you dare to mess with my fish. They're all for me. The entire sea. They're all for me. They're all my fish, my fish, my fish. Don't you dare to mess with my fish. They're all for me. The entire sea. They're all for me. They're all my fish.
Memorial Day barbecue, thank a vet. School's out, we're waiting for the 4th of July. The days seem long, but we don't know why. Rolling hard into the middle of June. It's not hot yet, but it will be soon. Not a thought in mind, I need a new bong, unstructured time. What could go wrong? Unstructured time, we got the house. Folks are at work, we're living large. My e-bike's down, it needs a charge. Do time on Twitch with secondhand games, it's drought again, it never rains. School's out, we're waiting for the 4th of July. The days seem long, but we don't know why. Rolling hard into the middle of June. It's not hot yet, but it will be soon. Walk to the overpass, tag the wall. I don't climb on signs, I might fall. Leisure might be wasted on the youth. Loitering is not a crime, and that's the truth. stretches out like a dry lake bed, a mirage of slack with no end. School's out, we're waiting for the 4th of July. The days seem long, but we don't know why. Rolling hard into the middle of June. It's not hot yet, but it will be soon. Let's throw down some cardboard on the overpass shade for a study of anatomy while Roe versus Wade. School's out, we're waiting for the 4th of July. The days seem long, but we don't know why. Rolling hard into the middle of June. It's not hot yet, but it will be soon. School's out, we're waiting for the 4th of July. The days seem long, but we don't know why. Rolling hard into the middle of June. It's not hot yet, but it will be soon.
The phrase corporate personhood goes right to the top of the list of best oxymorons, beating both military intelligence and jumbo shrimp. After Citizens United was decided in 2010, Occupy Wall Street signs appeared stating, "I'll believe a corporation is a person when Texas executes one." At the founding, corporations were created for a limited purpose, like building a road. Now, while corporations could limit the purpose of the corporation in its articles of incorporation, few do. Rather, the norm presently is for entrepreneurs to establish corporations for any lawful purpose. This allows modern firms to do multiple lines of business as well as assert the ability to act in non-business fora. So although some picture artificial life to come from a test tube, in reality, artificial life came from legal definition. While some point out that corporations can be immortal, few point out that corporate status excuses a variety of bad behaviors, and with the right combination of greed and bad management, they can most certainly fail. Disputes over legal status of corporations began more than a century before the Citizens United decision. Both British common law and the U.S. Constitution make a distinction between natural persons, human beings, and artificial or legal persons, such as groups or organizations. While natural persons are endowed with all the rights and protections under the Constitution, artificial persons must be granted certain legal privileges and protections. However, the 14th Amendment's Equal Protection Clause introduced ambiguity into this otherwise straightforward distinction, stating that no state shall deny any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the laws. The lack of specificity as to how, which type of persons, natural or legal, the 14th Amendment applies, allowed the lawyers for Southern Pacific Railroad in Santa Clara County versus Southern Pacific Railroad Company to argue that corporations, in addition to natural persons, should be protected from discriminatory laws and policies by the state and federal governments. Although the court ruled narrowly in the case and did arguably not intend to grant corporations legal personhood, the head note for the decision, written by the court reporter, stated boldly that the court had determined the defendant corporations are persons. This decision served as the legal foundation for corporate personhood and made it possible for corporations to win the right to free speech in the form of unlimited spending on campaign advertising in Citizens United versus the FEC. As for other personhood questions, such as should corporations be allowed to marry people? Can a corporation be drafted? We all know the one about can you get a corporation to pay its taxes? The corporation moves its headquarters to Ireland. How long will the courts rule in favor of corporate personhood based on a head note written by a court reporter? Do you really want corporations to be able to vote? Do you want corporations to marry? Maybe you would rather be a corporation than a person. Maybe your corporation needs an abortion.
Man knows a surgeon, and he
girl will do. When a rich man knows a surgeon, any girl will do. She may have walked in a dinghy, just a hull on which to add some trim. But when a rich man drains some assets, she will leave a yacht. We all know he won't live forever, and she won't age so well. For a few years she'll be smoking, and he will have the toy he wants. Of your superstructure to express her moods, a proud thought about the paparazzi. A rich man knows a surgeon, any girl will do. When a rich man knows a surgeon, any girl will do.
The first one was okay. I had a brand new pair. It would have been a different thing if it had stopped there. Now in my reflection I see a stranger in my place, a miracle of reconstruction with someone else's face.
When a rich man gets a girlfriend that will never be his wife, there is a temptation to build her like a hot rod with the surgeon's knife. When she outlives the rich man and isn't in the will she remember the day the bandages came off? Of your superstructure to express her moods, a proud thought about the paparazzi. When a rich man knows a surgeon, any girl will do. When a rich man knows a surgeon, any girl will do. When a rich man knows a surgeon, any girl will do. When a rich man knows a surgeon, any girl will do.
Was in a brace. You should have seen the tears. The tears ran down his face. His dog wasn't just part of the act. His dog was the star. He was just a sad guy in a barrel looking for a bar. The dog was a natural. She knew what to do. She could work the crowd, confusable, and bite his butt on cue. Bite his butt on cue. It isn't time to question your core belief in the role of comic relief. Rhubarb the rodeo clown backed up his truck and ran his dog down. Rhubarb the rodeo clown threw it in reverse and ran his dog down. It was a tough day on the midway when that sad day was through. A long walk to the truck, then to the liquor store for brew. The trailer seemed so empty. He had no one else to blame. He could get another dog, but it would never be the same. It might have been a dream. He felt her bite his butt. He woke into this scene. She was running circles in a ring, winding up the crowd. They were standing, chanting, rhubarb, rhubarb, chanting out so loud. He acknowledged all the ruckus, but they did not sit down. The crowd spoke in one voice, speaking to this clown. Rhubarb, don't you worry, your dog will be just fine. Go find yourself a new dog, show them a real good time. You are the best human a dog could want when all is said and done. We saw the world, confuse some bulls, and had a lot of fun. When Rhubarb woke, he had a plan for the day. He would go to a shelter and adopt a stray. It isn't time to question your core belief in the role of comic relief. Rhubarb the rodeo clown backed up his truck and ran his dog down. Rhubarb the rodeo clown. Rhubarb the rodeo clown backed up his truck and ran his dog down. Rhubarb the rodeo clown threw it in reverse and ran his dog down.
On borrowed time, and I know it. The hints are all in place. Your friends whisper they aren't talking shop. I'm still waiting for the other shoe to drop. I'm on borrowed time, and I know it. The hints are all over your face. I should cut and run, but it's not getting done. It's just too hard to stop. I'm on borrowed time. I knew I was done. I just didn't want to stop. I knew I was done. On borrowed time, and I know it. The hints are all over your face. I should cut and run, but it's not getting done. It's just too hard to stop.
What time is it? It's time to go. It's time to go. What time is it? 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 It's time to go.
I was done. I knew I was done. I was done. I just didn't want to stop. I knew I was done. I just didn't want to stop. I was done. I knew I was done. I just didn't want to stop. I knew I was done. I was done. I just didn't want to stop. Hi, this is Phog Machine, and I want my Joker TV. I want it now. Now.